I'm Merely Caruso. It's Friday, August 1st. Today, update required.
Our patients don't really use faxes, and no one really else does in any other industry.
Why doctors say it's time Manitoba ditches 90s technology for healthcare referrals. Also today, fire and ice.
Then polar bears are just kind of getting another whammy.
How northern wildfires may be affecting Manitoba's polar bear population.
And sun, smoke, and heat. I'll show you what's ahead in your August long weekend forecast.
Good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. West Nile virus is once again circulating through Manitoba. This, according to new data from the province today. And joining me now live to break it all down is CTV's Taylor Brock. So Taylor, what does the data say?
Well, merely last week, mosquitoes carrying West Nile virus were found in 12 different areas of the province, including in Winnipeg. Humans can contract the virus through mosquito bites, so Manitoba health officials routinely trap mosquitoes and test them for West Nile. The majority of mosquitoes tested positive for the virus were in the Southern Health region. 5 positives were found in Morden alone. Other positives were confirmed in Winnipeg, Winkler, and Altona. The data comes as Ontario confirmed its first human case of West Nile this year yesterday. There's been 1 human case in Manitoba so far this year, an infection that was related to travel outside of Canada. The province says recent rain and warm temperatures are bolstering mosquito populations. And although the West Nile virus risk is currently moderate, that could increase later this month.
So Taylor, how would you know if you've been infected with West Nile virus?
Well, first you should look for West Nile symptoms. They typically show up between 2 and 14 days after a person is bitten. Symptoms include fever, headache, nausea, vomiting, a rash, and swollen lymph glands. Plus, you can reduce your risk of West Nile exposure by reducing the time of outdoors between dusk and dawn, using repellent, wearing light-colored clothing, which is also loose-fitting, and long sleeves and pants, and making sure door and window screens are tightly fitted and are free of holes. You can also reduce the number of mosquitoes around your home by eliminating standing water.
All right, thanks for the tips, Taylor. There's been little change in Manitoba's wildfire situation in the past 24 hours. The town of Snow Lake says the nearby fires have not grown much, thanks in large part to the hard work of crews on the ground and in the air. They're also trying to limit the spread north of the community as much as possible. The fire there is less than a kilometer from town limits, and the city of Thompson says the trio of fires north of the city are still very active, and heavy smoke is presenting challenges for air crews. No new fires have been spotted, but the city says hot spots continue to pop up throughout the region. Tragedy over the border in Ontario. Ontario Provincial Police say 2 children have drowned in the city of Dryden. It happened yesterday afternoon. OPP say a 15-year-old boy and a 12-year-old girl went into the Wabigoon River, which runs through the city, and didn't resurface. They were found and brought to hospital by emergency responders. Both were pronounced deceased. Dryden is roughly a half-hour drive east of Kenora. A Winnipeg man is going to prison after being convicted of a decades-old strangling homicide case in New Jersey. Robert Allen Creeder was sentenced to 10 years in prison for first-degree aggravated manslaughter in the 1997 death of 23-year-old Tammy Tignor. Her body was found on a dirt road near Washington Valley Park, about 50 kilometers west of Newark. 85% of his sentence will be served without parole. This is in exchange for a guilty plea. Creeder was formally sentenced last week, according to the Somerset County Prosecutor's Office. Creeder moved to Winnipeg in 2002, 5 years after the New Jersey strangling. A First Nations community north of Winnipeg is asking its members to weigh in on whether or not to continue working with a company that wants to extract silica sand from the area. Voting began today for members of Broken Head Ojibwe Nation, who are being asked whether the community should continue its relationship with CO Silica. The details were outlined in a letter to band members obtained by CTV News. A yes vote doesn't mean a mine will go forward. Broken Head leadership says it would only allow it to continue receiving information and plan for possible benefits or impacts to the community. Alberta-based CO Silica has previously faced opposition to its plans to extract the sand, which is used to make things like glass and electronics, over concerns about effects to water aquifers. And the company would still have to convince the province to issue it an environmental license, something it was denied last year. A group representing doctors says it's time to ditch fax machines and snail mail to help speed up patient referrals. Doctors Manitoba posted this video to social media. It says doctors make more than 1 million specialist referrals and imaging requisitions annually, and most are done through fax because the majority of Manitoba physicians can't share information electronically. It's one of the worst levels in Canada. The group says fax requests often get backlogged in a central intake and require manual entry into a computer system. Doctors Manitoba says moving to an electronic system will speed up referrals and decrease wait times for patients. Many have to wait months or even more than a year to see a specialist.
We think that it would be a benefit because if the administrative burden of processing those referrals in a very analog way is decreased, then presumably that means better work balance for the receiving physician and more time in the week, in the year, that patients could be seen instead of having a specialist sitting at a desk doing that processing.
Doctors Manitoba hopes to convince government and regulators to consider the move at a healthcare summit this fall. Manitoba researchers are studying the impact our wildfires are having on polar bears. The majestic animals are already dealing with dwindling sea ice due to climate change. And now wildfires may be compounding the polar bear's struggle to survive. CTV's Alex Parks explains.
At the shores of Hudson Bay sits Wapusк National Park in northeastern Manitoba. It's one of the world's largest known polar bear denning areas, crucial for the survival of newborn cubs.
Looking at where polar bear dens are. And
Stephen Peterson, the Director of Conservation and Research at Winnipeg's Assiniboine Park Conservancy, says a warming climate and a drying subarctic landscape is increasing the fire risk up north, placing polar bears in ever-increasing danger.
if we then start eroding and picking away at that denning habitat that's so important for producing new cubs and keeping those populations sustainable, then polar bears are just kind of getting another whammy that will make them less likely to be in Manitoba in the long term.
He is now hoping to create a map that can help inform wildfire fighting efforts in the future to protect wildlife in the north.
If we want to protect polar bear habitat, knowing where that habitat is and what's at high risk will help make those decisions.
Climate change is happening at a pace that is unprecedented.
Megan Jones has studied the impact climate change is having on polar bears and whether they can adapt to an evolving climate. In her ongoing study, she discovered that for every degree of climate warming, these polar bears along the western shores of the Hudson Bay are aging biologically by 1 year.
As we are losing ice in the Arctic due to climate change, bears are spending more time swimming, which is 5 times more energetically intensive than walking, so they're using energy a lot faster.
Manitoba's fire map shows one small active fire in Wapusк National Park and 2 other fires in the region, but it's not just the fires that could impact bears, but smoke too.
When polar bears are inhaling these gases, they're inhaling particulate matter, it's going to result in inflammation in their bodies as well.
Jones says the Arctic is expected to warm for at least the next 100 years, but in the meantime, she is doing everything she can to protect polar bears in the north. Alex Carpa, CTV News, Winnipeg.
All right, let's bring in Colleen Brady now and get a first look at your long weekend Skywatch forecast. Speaking of that wildfire smoke, Colleen, how is it out there tonight?
Well, it seems to have improved somewhat. It by no means has cleared out, but I've noticed even just myself just going outside, it's detectable, but it seems to be better. Air quality seems to be improving improving rather, according to Environment and Climate Change Canada's Air Quality Health Index for the city of Winnipeg. And also the areas under outright air quality warnings have started to lessen as well. Earlier today, the entire province of Manitoba under an air quality warning. Tonight, the Southwest, that warning has ended for you. It may still be a little smoky in your communities, but it does continue for Winnipeg. And then next door, parts of northern Ontario still under the warning, places like Kenora a little further south under a special air quality statement. Then we have the heat. It will be very warm this August long weekend. Heat warnings continue for parts of northern Manitoba as well. I'll have more details on how long that heat will last for those communities coming up. Let's take a look right now, though. First, through the Bathfitter Live Eye. Bathfitter, your bath and shower experts for more than 40 years. I say it's better. It's not gone. You can clearly see that smoke still sitting over the city in that shot. Otherwise, it would be sunny. It's 27, feels like 30 with the Humidex. Wind's starting to pick up a bit with some wind gusts. The pressure's rising and the humidity is 45%. Out in traffic on this Friday afternoon, traffic moving well on Portage Avenue just west of Polo Park. But one important traffic note, McGillivray is closed entirely in the east and westbound directions, according to this tweet from the city. The Winnipeg Police Service has closed the area between Pembina and Beaumont. Again, McGillivray closed entirely between Pembina and Beaumont by Winnipeg Police.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Celebrating freedom, but also learning and reflecting on the history of slavery. The local event marking Emancipation Day. That and more local news up next.
Have a news tip? When you see news happening, let CTV News Winnipeg know. Text your tips, pictures, and videos to 10400. That's 10400. Message and data rates may apply.
Get Winnipeg's top stories, breaking news alerts, and watch live. Download the CTV News app.
Various groups are marking Emancipation Day today in Manitoba.
Free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we're free at last.
Emancipation Day commemorates August 1st, 1834, when Slavery Abolition Act went into effect, freeing roughly 800,000 enslaved people of African descent throughout the British colonies, including Canada. One event was held this afternoon in Winnipeg Central Park, giving people an opportunity to not only celebrate, but also learn and reflect on the history of slavery.
So basically, myself, my family, I know my family heritage, and my ancestors were enslaved people, and I'm very pleased to be here now and living in Canada and in a nation that's, I feel I have lots of freedoms here, and I just really take time to recognize what they may have gone through in those years.
Emancipation Day has been formally recognized in Manitoba since 2021. Monday is Terry Fox Day in Manitoba, a day to celebrate local heroes like Jackson Sharon Okerlund.
Terry is all the inspiration we need, and I'm just hoping my story can shed a bit of Terry Fox spirit out into the world and keep his story going.
Inspired by Terry Fox, the Winnipeg man ran across Canada in 2023 to raise money for cancer research. It took him 160 days to run 7,000 kilometers. The run raised more than $100,000 for the Terry Fox Foundation. Sharon Okerlund says the biggest challenge, surprisingly, was running through the flat prairies.
It turned out it was starting to be the hottest parts of summer. Turns out going on different elevations actually works different muscles in your legs, so you're constantly changing up what you're working. So going straight across the prairies for like a month and a half, by the end of it, I was in a fever dream.
Sharon Okerlund hopes to raise even more money for cancer research. He's now selling a book about his journey called Brunswick's Big Adventure. Where you can hear your favorite heavy metal songs performed by classical musicians. That and what's going on around Manitoba this long weekend in the Spotlight.
Spotlight, sponsored by the Casinos of Winnipeg, presenting Led Zepp again, the premier tribute.
Colleen Brady back now for Spotlight, and some iconic rock and metal songs are getting a classical twist.
This is really cool, Marilee. They're getting the orchestral treatment during a captivating show set for this spring. The Rock Orchestra by Candlelight is going on a cross-country tour with a show at Centennial Concert Hall March 24th. Hear your favorite songs by bands such as Metallica, AC/DC, and Rolling Stones, performed by 14 classical musicians. Tickets are on sale now at centennialconcerthall.com or through its box office.
It took me a while to recognize that was a Metallica song.
It's a little jarring, but it's great.
It's neat. Yeah, I like it. All right, if jazz is more your thing, good news, because the Winnipeg Jazz Orchestra has some upcoming shows as well.
That's right, including a free performance this weekend. The WJO will be joined by local saxophonist and composer Nile as the Assiniboine Park Summer Entertainment Series continues. You can catch the show between noon and 1 in the Leo Mall Sculpture Garden. And on August 17th, the Jazz Orchestra will be featuring 2 accomplished local musicians, Monica Jones and Grace Raby, for an exploration of the music of Billie Holiday and Ella Fitzgerald. That show is happening at the Franco-Manitoban Cultural Centre. Head to winnipegjazzorchestra.com for more information and tickets.
Well, the August long weekend is here, and there is a lot going on all over the province.
All right, folks, brace yourself. Here's a look at just some of the events taking place in Manitoba this weekend. Folklorama gets underway Sunday with 2 full weeks of world-class entertainment, cultural cuisine, and family fun. Canada's National Ukrainian Festival is on in Dauphin. Islendingadagarin, the Icelandic Festival of Manitoba, marks the 150th anniversary of Icelanders settling in the area along Lake Winnipeg. Cartwright has Ponderosa Days. The Mennonite Heritage Village celebrates Mennonites arriving in Manitoba at its Pioneer Days. McCreary invites you to its homecoming. The Fire and Water Music Festival is on in Lac du Bonnet. The Fields will be a rockin' in Minnedosa, and there's Shake the Lake in Kenora. You can find a full list of events this weekend on our website, ctvnewswinnipeg.ca.
Yeah, don't say you're bored.
You cannot.
Lots to do.
Yeah, there's lots more on our website. Trust me, if that wasn't enticing enough for you.
All right, thanks, Colleen.
You're welcome. Start your long weekend off right. Celebrity Jeopardy kicks things off at 7. Then it's back-to-back thrills with Fear Thy Neighbor. It's all right here tonight on CTV. A live look out at the Norwood Bridge. Traffic moving well there. A positive update, particularly with the Bomber game still a go tonight. McGilvery at Beaumont has been reopened by Winnipeg Police. All lanes on McGilvery for both the east and westbound traffic once again are wide open.
Women's clothing provided by RW & Company. Salon services provided by S&T Spa Salon. CTV Skywatch weather brought to you by South Beach Casino and Resort. Visit southbeachcasino.ca.
Colleen Brady back now with your complete Skywatch forecast. A lot of people packing up, getting ready to head down to that Bomber game tonight. What's the temperatures going to be like?
It's going to be warm out there, and it looks like the game is still a go. Air quality is not great, but it is enough for the Bombers to proceed, at least at this point, according to their last posts on social media. But it will be a warm night. Winds have gusted a little bit here and there throughout the course of the afternoon, gusting a bit now, but overall they should be light. But again, we do have air quality warnings in effect, including for the city of Winnipeg. I mentioned earlier, the entire province was under an air quality warning for much of the day today. It has now ended for the southwest, including Brandon and Dauphin, but you may still experience some more localized smoke there. More widespread smoke is still anticipated, so if you're going to the game, don't expect that it will be smoke-free. There will be some to contend with, but that smoke takes those air quality warnings right to the northern border into Nunavut there, or close to Nunavut. Further to the east, we have some areas that have been downgraded from an air quality warning to more of a special weather statement, including places like Kenora, Dryden, Sioux Lookout, Fort Francis. So still an air quality alert, so still to be taken seriously, as is the heat for folks up in the northwest who are contending with those wildfires and all that smoke that is in those areas. But places like Lynn Lake, Flin Flon, the Paw, and now Thompson regions all under this heat warning. There's an upper ridge of high pressure that's been slowly making its way out of BC over the last couple of days to toward Manitoba, bringing the heat. Hot highs close to 30 and very warm overnight lows over the next couple of days. Otherwise, you can see there's not much showing up on the futurecast. It would be fairly clear were it not for the smoke in many areas. Winds fairly light for much of southern Manitoba. Overnight we go and into Saturday, where we'll bring the heat. We'll have temperatures, hot highs in the upper 20s here in the south. Not quite enough to trigger heat warnings like we're seeing up in the northwest. What we're also seeing there, a little bit of precipitation, some rain scooting along the most northern part of the province tomorrow. That won't really help out much where it's needed most. Some scattered showers may be popping up for parts of northern Manitoba on Saturday. Late Saturday night, overnight, it looks like a more organized and very narrow band of rain crossing central places. Further south, we've got precipitation, but it's staying just nicely on the other side of the international border on Sunday. For Winnipeg tonight, 15 our overnight low. Widespread smoke still expected. Winds out of the south at 15 kilometers an hour. Slightly stronger winds tomorrow up to 28 degrees. Aside from the smoke, we should see sunshine or a mix of sun and cloud throughout the long weekend, including on Sunday. Sunny and 27. Terry Fox Day on Monday, 27 again. Now Tuesday, Wednesday, still a low chance of showers. Still quite warm, 26, 27 degrees, up to 28. On Thursday. Let's take a look at some weather photos, shall we? This one takes a look at a storm that happened out in the Netley Creek area. That's a great photo. That one's from Sean. And this next one, if you look closely, just the position of the sun against that pole in the field, that farmer's field, it almost looks like a candle, doesn't it? That's just north of Stonewall. And that photo is from Roxy. Send us yours to Winnipeg Weather at ctv.ca.
Thanks, Colleen. Well, if you drop by Assiniboine Park, you will often see people riding bikes, but it isn't often you see as many bikes as the park as there were today. Check this out. This is more than just a fun ride at the park. It's Team 81 Ride for Parkinson's and Bike Parade. The cycling event raises awareness and money for people living with Parkinson's disease. Participants cycled 50 kilometers, and then many people showed off their bikes as part of the bike parade.
Absolutely. Exercise is the best thing that you can be doing for your Parkinson's, and it's much easier to do in community with others who understand what you're going through, what your symptoms are like. No matter what stage you're at in your Parkinson's journey, whether you're newly diagnosed or you've been living with the disease for several years, there's a place for you here.
The event raised more than $100,000. Good work by everybody that took part.
Including those warm mascots running around.
Yeah, some pretty interesting bikes, too.
Yeah, good job.
Good thing the smoke didn't hamper that event today.
Great job by everyone.
All right, don't go far. We'll be back at 6 o'clock with more local news. Hope to see you then.